Hi, this is Linda Nyer, the Health Science Librarian, and this is just a short demonstration of how you can print out the evidence of your database search for your professional nursing paper. The thing to remember that there are two things needed. Before you can print out evidence, you must have items in your folder, and I'm clicking on folder up at the top, and as you can see here, there are 0 result items in my folder now. And you must also have some search history. And as you see, I haven't done anything yet, so there is no search history. Now, you can either do the search and select your articles in one session, in which case you don't need to sign into your MyEbscohost account, or if you run your search and you want to save your search history, you can come back to the search later and then take your time and add items to your folder, and the items will also be saved to the folder. In order to do it that second way, you must first sign in and create a MyEbscohost account if you haven't already done so. You can see I have an account here which I've created. For the purposes of this demonstration, I'm going to show you the first way, then the second way. So let's say I'm doing a search on stress in college students, and I want to know what kind of programs colleges offer for that, for starters. So I'm going to search for stress, and I'm going to tell the database, let me show you that again, to suggest subject terms. This is very helpful, especially with medical terms or health-related terms, because there might be multiple types of terms that you would want to include. You can see here is stress, right? If I select that, it'll automatically search on stress, but notice psychological stress is underneath stress. And there are some other stresses or types of stress listed here as well. In this particular case, I may want to include role stress, occupational stress, probably not burnout for college students, perhaps reality shock, not sure what that is exactly, minority stress, critical incident stress, caregiver burden, probably not, but I do want psychological stress as well. So I can kind of cherry pick my terms. If I wanted to get all of them, all I would need to do is to check explode stress, and anything organized underneath stress would automatically be included. But I'm not selecting everything, so I'm not going to check the explode box. So I'm going to search the database, and I get 49,000 items. Okay, now I'm going to look for my second concept, and again I'm going to ask the database to suggest subject terms for this, and this time I'm looking for the term for colleges. Okay, I'm not looking for college students at this point. I want to know programs that colleges offer. So I will click on the term for colleges and universities, and again I could explode my term if I wanted to get all of these, but I'm just going to stick to community colleges, allied health, probably not dental or medical, those are more graduate, ditto on the podiatry, and I'll search the database for that. Okay, so now I have these two sets of records here, and I can combine my search sets here simply by checking the boxes off and telling the database search on those with and in between, and that's what it does. You can see up here. And with that I have 523 results. Now I need to refine my results applying my limiters. You can do some of that right here. You can do all of the limiters by clicking on Show More under the slider bar. So for that, I will select Scholarly. I will type in the year for the last 5 years. I don't bother to change the date, and I'm actually typing in 2016. I'm going to select English language because there is foreign language stuff in there. And I want stuff by nurses or in the nursing literature perhaps, so I'm going to select any author as a nurse. That's usually a good one too. And then I'm going to search. Now I get 23 results for that, and I would need to read through these and pick those that I want. If I'm not sure what's included, I can try to see if there's an abstract. If I want to get my hands on the article, I would click on Check Availability to see if the library has it. This particular article we do not have. It's peer mentoring in a community college nursing program. So maybe I don't want things so specific to just nursing students, but all nursing students. So for whatever reason, I could request that through interlibrary loan, but I'm going to skip over that one. Here's another one here. Let's say I want that one. I look for the article, and there is not a link to view the article here. Instead, I have to search for the article within the journal, and I can do that one of two ways. Sometimes it works to just copy the first few words of the journal article and then search within here. So I'm going to search within the title for the journal. Sometimes that works. In this case, it did not. So my other option is, you have to be a little persistent sometimes, is to go to the All Issues page. And I know that I need, if I go back to my record here, I need Volume 48, Issue 3. Volume 48, Issue 3. And if I just go down, I can also do a find in page, Control F, and look for the word influence. Here it is. And then I can click on the PDF to view that article. And for whatever reason, it showed up when I did it that way. It didn't show up the other way. So I was able to look at it, to find the article rather. So here's an abstract describing the article. You always want to get in the habit of reading those to determine if you actually want the article. Okay, so let's say, yeah, that's one that I want, right? If I go down, this has to do with cardiovascular risk factors, physical activity among Thai adults. So let's say this is looking at prevalence and stages of change of lifestyle-related cardiovascular risk factors. Okay, so let's say I've read through this and I decided I want that one. I'll add that to my folder. And how about one more? And normally, obviously, you're going to spend more time reading through these than I am for this. Let's say this one looks good. Do we have it? Looks promising. I'm getting that 360 link up at the top. If the article doesn't come up, I can always click on get additional resources, but in this case it did. Here is the article as PDF. I always want to look for the PDF link, and the article itself will display right here. Stress and depression in students, the mediating role of stress management, self-efficacy. That one looks promising. If I read over the abstract there on the left, it's talking about students developing strategies for managing stress as being helpful. Okay, so I found my 3 articles. We'll pretend. And now I know that I have a search strategy here. I have items in my folder for the session. I go to my folder and I select all the articles. Again, this is how you are going to print out the evidence of your database search. Go to your folder after you've done your search and selected your articles. Select your articles in your folder and then print. And for this, you'll see that the default is current search history. You may want to switch over from citation format to APA. Not required, but it might be helpful to you. And then you would just print this page out here. Okay, so you'll see the references are listed here. Your instructor will be able to view the articles themselves via these links, and your instructor will also be able to see what terms you used and what limiters you used. Okay, so this shows my stress concept. This is my colleges, universities, the combined searches, and then applying the limiter. So that's one way without signing in. All right. The other way that you can do this is you can, let's say I found this search, but I want more time to review these articles. I'm not sure those 3 that I picked are actually the ones that I want. So in this case, I'm going to delete those items. And I'm going to go back to my search, and I want time to read these over. So what I want to do at this point is to save my search. So I can do that, but I need to first sign into my MyEbscohost account. If you haven't already created it, you can click on that link to create a new account. I have an account. I'm going to log into it. And then I am going to save my search here. All right, so now let's say I have some time to look at my search results. Okay, what I want to do then is to come back to CINAHL, and I'm going to sign in, and then I am going to navigate to once I'm signed into my search history, and I'm going to retrieve my searches. Scroll down to that. Here is my stress search. I have actually 2 of them. And this time I'm going to just simply click on the topmost rerun link, and it will just re-execute that search. And now I have time to go through those articles, add them to the folder, and then do the same as I did before. Go to my folder. Remember, you have to first have some search history, and second, you have to have items in your folder here. So let's say these 3 articles were the ones I wanted. I had more time, and now I am going to print my search here. There's my APA, current search history. Kind of remembers I like APA. And here I have my search terms and then my articles below as well. So that's just another way you can do it. Again, like I said, if you want to save your search and come back to it later, this also has the advantage of maybe the actual search that you found was not the search that you use to locate one of your articles, but nevertheless you have the article in your folder. It will allow you to, as long as you run a search, it'll print out your search history and any articles that you have in your folder. So hope this makes sense. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks.